Following their relegation from the Premiership last season, the Rugby Network have come to Bedwas RFC to gauge the mood ahead of their Championship campaign. Stefan, so frustrating season last year with the club getting relegated from the Premiership. As a whole, how do you summarise the season?
Yeah, I think you probably hit the nail on the head. Extremely frustrating for us as a club, group of coaches and players. I just think there was lots of contributing factors with last year. Lots of new boys are joining us, lots of injuries. And, other squads being slightly more at strength, shall we say. So, deeply frustrating, but we're certainly up for the challenge for this year, and we're looking to bounce straight back up.
And you said there were some injuries. So what do you think were the main factors that contributed to the relegation? Do you think it was the injuries that you sustained?
Oh, goodness me, we could point fingers all over the shop, I guess, but we did have noticeable injuries, particularly the first part of the season. If we look back at the results, we certainly come to our strengths towards the end of the season, in fact, in the last 2.5, 3 months. We were quite competitive, and we just missed out on that last Saturday, as you know. There was a sort of range of factors contributing to that, and injuries played a part. But we all have to take shoulder of the blame as well. So we looked at the coaching structure, we looked at what we delivered, we looked at the standards of the players on the field, and we're certainly looking to strike hot this season.
And you've had a few new signings this summer. Are you hoping that the new players that come in will give a boost to the club?
Oh, of course, absolutely. Fresh faces extremely important to sides like Bedwas. I guess the pleasing factor is that we've already retained quite a lot of the lads from last season and from seasons previous, and that's a big statement, I think. Because a lot of these lads are able to play still at Premiership level. So they're almost like new signings coming to this division. But so we've retained those, and I guess those were fresh faces coming on board and trying to prove a point and trying to add a bit of purpose and impact to the squad. I think it makes it even more exciting. And
what are you looking to see from the squad in this new season?
Bounce back, pure and simple. It's at the end of the day, if our short-term goals are spot on leading up to Christmas and staying competitive within that top 3, top 4 type of standard, then we're certainly hitting those short-term goals, and it'll be about reevaluating after Christmas and then moving forward from there. But as a coaching group and certainly my standards, it's about maintaining the Premiership standards that we've had over the last 10, 12 years, and actually hitting that with the same boys into the Championship. So it is actually about maintaining those standards and trying to deliver the same types of methodology, should we say, and expression of rugby. So I think if we do well, we're certainly going to be in a competitive position.
So disappointing last season and with the relegation, has that affected the spirit of the squad?
Originally probably it did, it was a bitter pill to swallow, especially like the league got shortened. It wasn't a usual relegation situation, so we were quite far from the bottom and still had to come down to the Championship. So initially I think the boys took it tough, but I think the challenge now is with, by the same token, there's a lot of good teams in the Championship, so we're back focusing on next season now and not worrying what's gone in the past and trying to pull that right this season.
And how do you think the season went for you personally in your own personal performance?
In 2 parts probably. I think like the team basically started, we started poorly, and then sort of that middle block we done really well and finished strongly, but just like I said, we sort of come that a little bit short, and I think the same as a lot of the boys will say, personally disappointed because of the end result ultimately.
And you're now back in pre-season. How is training going?
Yeah, positive first week. Tough last week as we expected, and boys not used to it, but a few new faces, but we still got a strong core from last year, and I think we'll just smash the hard work in the next few weeks and then get some rugby going then into August.
And with Pontypool having won the last 3 championships, do you feel like they are the team to beat, or do you think there's bigger fish to fry?
I think they'll carry a lot of confidence, with winning's a habit, old saying, but I think with their results of the last sort of number of years, they'll carry a lot of confidence. But there's definitely a different picture this year with the teams who've come down. All the teams that will come down from the Premiership will be strong, and then I'm sure the teams that have got a bit more experience from being in the Championship will sort of want to knock them off their perch as well.
So what are your hopes for the upcoming season? Do you feel like you have what it takes to go back up?
Yeah, definitely. I think the challenge is a lot of different places to go. like I said, a completely different picture from what it has been in the last few seasons. But we're confident we can be up there fighting, come the business end of the season.